everyone. This is Donna's Happy Hour. Just a reminder to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you get future notifications of the videos. And please leave a comment. Thank you. Have a great day.
You might wonder where the name Blue Arrow comes from.
I have wondered that, yes.
So, as you know, my father was a cartoonist and
Correct.
An amazingly talented man. I met Walt Disney with him, you know, Hanna-Barbera. Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt you,
it's
but I
okay.
do have a question before I
Sure.
what did your father think he would be doing for a living? I mean, did he always know that he was?
He was from birth, he was drawing. In fact, it's really
He
funny
was,
because
okay.
in his high school, they asked him to draw these Gothic columns that they put around they used a copy of it around every picture in the yearbook,
Okay.
right? And he signed his name on the drawing. So if you look at the yearbook,
Oh, you're
every
kidding.
picture has the columns around it with my father's name. So that was pretty funny. So
that's
no, he started very young as an artist.
Okay.
But he worked as an iceman.
Okay.
He worked as a builder.
Okay.
He did many things in his youth, right?
Right.
Drove a truck. Just a very talented person. Like if you played pool with him, if you missed a shot, you had to sit down because he would just run rack after rack
Oh,
after
no
rack.
kidding.
Anything like that. Yeah, baseball.
Wow.
Pitcher. You know, little kid, but he never let us win. Like at pool.
Really?
So you were up here, a little kid was shooting, and boom, and
Yeah.
or ping pong, right? You're up there. Here's the
Right.
Boom, But that taught you a lot,
Yeah, well,
So,
it does.
Anyway,
Don't
he
mind
was
me
a
anyway.
big storyteller, and and I had a lot of cousins. So he had 8 siblings, and
I was going to ask you.
they had a lot of kids,
Okay.
and he spoke Italian until he was like 6, I think. And my grandmother, his mother, I don't think I ever saw See, I'm from New Jersey. I saw it. I catch myself sometimes.
I do that too.
Especially
don't
when I'm
worry.
doing voices like, Radio, where's the professor? I'm over here, Felix. But I want your magic bag. Where's Poindexter? I'm over here, Professor, but I really do not think that he will give you his magic bag. That's right, radio. So I have to be careful I don't speak with a Jersey accent, because if I really started to talk, I'd talk like that,
Right.
But I tell people I'm half Native American, half Italian, so when I meet you, I go, how you doing? So that may or may not be true. So anyway, my father would always tell us stories, and my brother Joe, who was 5 years older than me, and I would sit at his knee, so to speak. I used to make my own bow and arrows when I was a kid.
Okay.
And ever since I saw Robin Hood with Errol Flynn, I wanted to be Robin Hood.
Oh, God.
So I'd make
Yes.
my own bow and arrows, and I'd paint the arrows blue. Because
Okay.
I started painting and drawing when I was 5.
When you were, okay,
it's just
so you were young. too.
Everybody, my brother, my sister, they were amazing artists and musicians.
Okay.
My sister was like a genius piano player.
Really?
Yeah. I was her page turner in church.
Oh, no kidding.
And she was 4'11", right?
Aw.
And so she was like 14, I was like 7, and I'm digressing. I'll tell
That's
you
okay.
about the story. My father telling the story, but she played the organ, and so she'd be playing and said, "Donald, turn," and I turned the page, and I was so bored. Donald, turn. I go, and she's going, Donald, turn. So I was that kind of kid. So anyway, my father said, there was a guy named Blue Arrow Don, because I used to paint my arrows, and he had magic arrows. And he had a brother named Green Tomahawk Joe. So he had a magic tomahawk.
Oh, wow.
And there was a lot of Native American folklore and stories in my family.
Mm-hmm.
I had my Aunt Christine was a full-blooded Choctaw Indian.
Oh, wow.
And well, anyway, that goes on and on.
Right.
And so he would tell these stories, these magical stories about Blue Arrow Don that had these magic arrows that could go around corners and do,
Okay.
But they were very peaceful arrows. They didn't never killed anything.
Never killed anything,
It
right.
just would I put a special end on it that would knock the bad guy out, or you know,
Right.
a rope on the end and
Right.
make a
You were
a
saving
bridge.
people and
Yeah,
saving
stuff,
things,
yeah.
right? Saving, yes,
So,
yeah.
you know, because my father did a lot of that stuff. Like he did the Mighty Hercules series, and
Oh, okay.
you know, so
All right.
Hercules. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
Anyway,
of course.
so so when somebody asked me when I started this project, I had no idea what I was doing. I just I rescue
didn't.
horses. I have my whole life,
Right.
and my friend who's a realtor said, "There's a piece of property in Pine Island with a track on it, a half-mile track."
So it started, so your idea of purchasing the farm kind of started with the horse
Yeah, the horse
that
rescue.
was the rescue.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
But, you know, little
just
by little, I
morphed.
started, you know, building these fantasy houses. And
Right.
I was driving by one day, and out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw 8 teepees. And I
Okay.
looked, and they weren't there, so I built them.
Right.
Now, the teepees were for the Plains Indians, so this is just an homage. In fact, we're having a memory walk. This walk, see, Jersey accent.
Right.
The walk. We're
The
having a memory
walk.
walk this coming Sunday, to just express our love and memories of loved ones who have passed on.
Right.
And it looks like there's going to be a couple hundred people here.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So we're going to walk around the track. We're going to go down to the teepees, and I have the chief of the Lenni Lenape
Okay.
tribe, Lenni Lenape
interesting.
people say,
Okay.
will be here.
Oh,
And we're going to end
wonderful.
up in the prayer wheel. We have a Native American prayer wheel.
Okay.
And just everybody just say what's on their mind or not say anything,
not
or
saying it,
just
right.
just a nice moment of sharing and
Right.
camaraderie, because there's so many good people, you know,
Oh,
in the
yeah.
world.